knot out of it. Denbury is working on a strike, and she has 102 in the 5th. This is her 7th frame. And in 7, Jeff Bourne has 190. And oh, yes!
Oh, a little bit thin, but she really got a good break on that one.
Oh, boy.
You watch this, really
Delayed
thin.
action.
The 3-pin just catches a little piece of the corner pin and knocks it over.
Watch this.
She'll take breaks like that every time.
Well, looks good, too, on the scoreboard. Double there, 6 and 7. Wow, doesn't that look good? Now she's going for 3. She's on a head pin. Another touch. Again, a delayed reaction.
2 in a row. Opposite corner pins. This time the right corner pin falls down late. And again, she's very thin with it on the head pin. She gets that 3-pin just tripping the corner pin.
You know, Jeff Bourne had it controlled here until the 6th, and then he fouled up the 7th. Now, all of a sudden, she's right back in it, maybe have a slight lead, depending on what she does here, or what Jeff does here. She has 3 strikes in a row. He's working on his 8th frame, and he is on the head pin. Good comeback. What a good ball. And he needed it.
Once again, Jeff has answered. Sandy did that to him earlier, had the double. Jeff came back, comes back here again with a really great shot. Just no question it was going to be a strike.
This is a super match, Bill, really. Both players are answering the call here. It's very, very close.
Both have big games remaining. Jeff Bourne strikes out, possible 325. Sandy Denbury, she can strike out for a 327.
So whatever happens from here on in, if each player strikes out, Sandy would win by 2.
Right. Jeff taking his time. You saw him back off the approach. Something in the crowd, his hand not right. He's going to stop, make sure of himself.
Okay, here we go. 9th frame. Is he on it? Yes! Oh, he almost jumped through the floor. And Sandy gave him a little clack, too. He said, she was saying, good for you, but it's her turn to answer now, and she'll finish out.
That was really thick, but he got such good rotation and lift on it. Just no question.
Look at this. I've never seen Jeff like that before. Okay, Sandy, are you on the head pin? No, just a little bit too short on the slide.
3rd time in a row she's been thin. This time she didn't get away with it. You can see the ball has no movement at all at the back end. That's really what she looks for.
They're all tied up after 7, but in 8 and 9, Bourne has strikes. She has a strike in 8, and they must spare here. She must get it.
Take her time, go cross alley, back the ball up into the corner.
He's on it. Oh, yeah. That heart was pumping there. You're right, Sandy. Nice work. That was beautiful. You can see where Sandy had 3 strikes, then spared up in 9. She's 220 after 8 here, where we look back on 7, and they were tied. That's how close it is. This is the final frame now for Sandy Denbury of Queenville, Ontario. What a tough break. They just flew by that corner. She hit it in the slot, too.
And here's an unusual one. She's dead in the pocket, but you can see head pin goes to the wall. 3-pin actually went inside the corner pin on that. That's a tough break the other way.
That's the 2nd corner pin she's left on that side. Now she has to pick it up. She needs 30 more points here. And yes, just touched it. Good for her. Now here she must really hit them where they're thick. Strike, of course, is perfect, but get as many as she can, because we can see that Jeff Bourne is working on a double, and he has his final frame to finish. He's reading the board now, and he knows exactly what he has to do.
Bowlers are great mathematicians, Ernie. They can figure out exactly what they need.
Oh, that dreaded head pin at that time. She'll pick up a total of 20 points in that final frame, or that final ball, and so she gets 268 as a total. Sandy Denbury, 268. Good bowling. Bad breaks there. She had left 2 corner pins and a head pin in the last 2 frames. That's kind of tough, but she was on the head pin, got some bad breaks. But she's looking on now. It's all up to Jeff Bourne. What he does here, if he strikes. Well, if he strikes, he's got it 1. He's on it. Oh, my goodness. The corner pin's enough to win. He's still got to make the spare. Still got to make the spare. Okay. Wow. This is so close. Whew. Remember we talked about this at the beginning? We've had some wild finishes and some wild performances there by Jeff Bourne. He thought he had that strike, and Sandy has her head down. She's just wondering what's going to happen. Will she get in there or not? And he got it. That's
Deadly
the spare.
shot under pressure by Jeff Bourne. The first ball in the 10th was the critical one. He hit the head pin, got the big count on the double.
And that's the winner. No matter what happens here, he has 15 more counting there. No matter what he does with this ball, he punches it straight through just the same way that Sandy Denbury did. And he finishes with a total of 283. What a great match. Two fine bowlers went right down to the wire. Both had their chances. Both answered the bell. And look at the scoreboard. It all happened right there from 8, 9, and 10 in. Too bad someone has to lose that one. And, of course, now Jeff Bourne gets through his first time in 3 appearances here to the first round. This man, Jeff Bourne, will now go into the next match and see what he can do to get travel on in the next round.
We're back at the Roxy Lanes in Winnipeg for Championship 5-pin bowling. It's our second match today. The winner goes against Jeff Bourne. We join it in the 5th frame. Kathy Davidson of Sudbury, Ontario, has a healthy lead over Lionel Baker of Cranbrook, BC. Lionel has started poorly. He must get something going soon.
He's a strike stringer. If he gets it going, he can run a lot.
Pulled it out there again. Wow.
Now that shot, Ernie, that was on that left-hand lane, and you can see the ball return here. It may come into play. If we watch his trailing foot, he actually swings it around.
He did. He touched it. You're
and
right.
He kicks the ball return. I'm wondering if that's bothering him a little bit on that left-hand lane.
Good call, Bill, because he actually bumped it. All right. This is for spare. No breaks at all.
Well, that was a tough break. He missed it on the way up and missed it on the way down.
Wow. Incredible. Okay, so he now just has 66 in the 4th, and whatever he counts here in the 5th, that's a big blow to his comeback try, which he started with, and a strike in the 4th. He's in the middle part now. He has to do a lot in the final frames, and he missed the corner, so he left 2 more on there. Has 79 after 5, and that plays right into the hands of Kathy Davidson, who's just rolling along. If she strikes here, wow.
The idea with Kathy now is going to be just to stay steady, hit the middle, pick up her spares. Don't try and do anything fancy. Don't change the game. She's got a lead. She wants to maintain it.
Yeah, she's a tiger.
Great roll on that ball. Kathy's sister's looking on. They made the trip down here to watch her bowl. They're pretty excited, obviously.
You can't blame them.
Good reaction.
Oh,
Good
boy.
reaction.
Yeah. You can see that Kathy's had to fill in every frame. 1 spare, and then she had 2 strikes on the bottom there, and then a spare and a strike. Boy, she's tough. Only 1 strike at the top for Lionel. He has 79 after 5. Is she on it? Yeah. Is she ever?
Crossed over the head pin that time and still took good advantage of it. She's got great straight end-over-end roll on the ball right now. And watch this. It crosses over the head pin, hits it thin left, going away. Great coverage.
You bet. You bet. All right. There's no question as to what Lionel Baker has to do now. He has 79 in the 5th. He's at the halfway point. He needs at least 3 strikes and a couple of spares in the last 5 frames to get going, or to get any kind of a chance.
Strikes out. He's got a possible 304, and the way Kathy's bowling, that's not going to be enough.
And that certainly didn't help any. Now he's cut down to 4 frames where he can fill, and he may not even have enough from here on in.
No, it's going to be tough. He hasn't seemed to be comfortable. He looks awkward at times. His speed's a little bit out of whack.
Almost got that spin around. Well, it's his first time on. He may not be quite ready to take the lights. You never know. Or he just maybe not feeling too well, not getting the right thing going. It happens to everyone. As you know, Bill, some days you have it and some days you just don't have it, no matter how hard you try. As a matter of fact, the more you try, the worse it gets.
And that can be what's happening to Lionel. He had a tough start early on, missed the middle 2 successive frames. You know, that's a tough start.
Well, he has 4 frames left, 7 through 10. This